1, Step 2, and also then second, after the conclusion of that, evaluating the city manager and adjusting her salary commensurate with comparable positions. Regarding the city clerk, we
Move
have...
approval on the city clerk, Mr. Mayor.
Seconded.
Okay. Are there any issues that anybody wishes to address the Human Relations Director? Yes.
No, I just would like to hear from the clerk. You got our evaluations, and I think you're doing a good job, and that's what my evaluation reflected. So I'm going to support the motion to move you up a step based upon your performance, access to you, your staff, responsiveness. The public, I think but don't hear complaints. So I think it's all good.
Yes, Councilor Mercia?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Could you just tell me, as a layperson, for those that are probably watching at home, what does that money-wise amount to
We have the Human Relations person, Mary Calorie.
from
please.
the
Yes.
step
Yes.
that he had before to the step that he's getting
Also,
now?
would
Is
you-
it like something like 3,000?
She has the exact figures. And also, you brought the evaluations together. Do you have the summation of the evaluation?
Yes.
I would ask that you just give the summation of his evaluation.
Yeah, I have all the evaluations I can leave on your
Well,
desk.
I did evaluate our city clerk in an excellent status because I think he's done a tremendous job. But I just want to know,
Yeah.
for the record, what the difference in prices that were going up.
All right.
The city clerk's current salary is $112,084.44, and the step he'll be going to is $115,447.80.
Which amounts to, what's the increase that he's getting?
Yes.
What? What
It's
is
about
it?
3,000.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
It's a 3% increase, as reflected in the letter.
You also had Councilor Mercia?
Sure.
Then we
Mr. Mayor,
need a roll call?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
If I could, I made the motion, so if I could just speak on the motion. Mr. Geary's tenure here runs just about parallel to mine. I think that I came on and you were the city clerk shortly thereafter, and I think that he's done a tremendous job for the entire time. This is my final evaluation of the city clerk, but I think in every evaluation that I've done, I've evaluated him as having an excellent performance. So I'm very happy to support this race.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Cirillo?
Yes, thank you. I am the newbie on the council, and I have to say that every step of the way, Michael Geary has helped me immeasurably. So, and he's done such a great job. So I am in 100% support. Thank you.
Councilor Conway?
Yeah, just very quickly, again, I'd like to just echo what my colleagues have mentioned, the fact that anytime I've ever called Michael Geary, he's always made himself available. When I've actually gone down and talked to him a number of times, and I will say that he's able to, should we say, dumb it down sometimes, that for somebody like myself to understand exactly what's going on.
Find that easy, Council.
So I really appreciate the hard work, and I certainly will support that step increase. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All set. Also, I have to say, as mayor, it's been good to have Michael next to me. He's been a great advisor, and and having a law background, I think, has really helped. So thank you for what you do. So I want to waive the full reading, the second reading by title. Motion to adopt. I need a motion to adopt to
Yeah,
adjust
that's
the
it.
salary
That's it, yep.
of the city clerk with respect to movement on the grid system pursuant to Chapter 56 entitled Personnel Ordinance. So roll call.
Council Kennedy.
Yes.
Council Leahy.
Yes.
Council Mercia.
Yes.
Council Milonazo.
Yes.
Council Noon. Mayor Samaras.
Yes.
Council Cirillo.
Yes.
Council Conway.
Yes.
Council Elliott.
Yes.
8 yeas.
Okay. Next, we have the city manager. The evaluation of the city manager and adjusting her salary commensurate with comparable positions. Yes, Counsel Leahy?
Make a motion that we go into executive session for the point of discussion.
Second motion.
Second motion. Roll.
Mr. Mayor, can I get a ruling from the solicitor? Can we do this under the open meeting law?
What is the purpose of going into executive session?
For discussions of the evaluation and
Compensation.
adjustment.
Not evaluation.
The evaluation cannot be done in executive session.
Compensation.
And compensation? With the
The
compensation.
executive, right, you can go into executive session to discuss, for purposes of salary contract negotiations,
Okay, so compensation then?
for compensation, but but an evaluation
Okay,
is to be done in open session.
all right, that's fine.
So in regard to the evaluation, let's take. one.
So just for compensation.
Just compensation. So a motion was made. Do we need
Yeah, you need a roll call.
a roll call?
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Mercia.
No.
Counsel Milonazo.
No.
Counsel Noon. Mayor Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Cirillo.
Yes.
Counsel Conway.
Yes.
Counsel Elliott.
No.
We got 1, 2, 5 yeas.
I,
Yeah, this was a going.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I voted no because I don't believe, A, this was posted as an executive session,
Was
and
not.
B, it's not a contract negotiation.
It's,
So,
it's an
It's
amendment.
based on the
It's a-
contract. Any
It's an
discussion of
adjustment.
salary. It's a-
well, can we hear from the solicitor again, please? I'm sorry, through you, Mr. Mayor, to the solicitor.
Yes.
First of all, as far as the vote, if it was a motion to go into executive session, you would have to state, again, the exact purpose. In this case, it would be for contract negotiations with respect to salary. You would also have to state whether you were coming back into open session, which, if you were voting, you would ultimately have to do. But, again, the performance evaluation portion, which I'm assuming comes first, is to be done in open session.
We should do that now, correct? The
That's- yes.
Evaluation. So then if we're allowed to have the city, yes,
I'm sorry.
solicitor.
And with respect to Counselor Elliott's point, ideally, as much as we can put into a post that would be reasonably anticipated. However, at the time that this was posted, the critical component is posting the topics of discussion, and there's nothing that would prevent a body from going into executive session so long as it is related to the topic as it was posted. That said, if we, again, reasonably anticipate and know that we're going to be going into executive session, the better practice is to post it, but it would not prevent the council from going into executive session if that's what the will of the body was this evening.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree, Madam Solicitor. I think there was ample time to post this. We knew about it last week, and the purposes should have been posted, but regardless, I'd like to evaluate the city manager,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if that's okay. Last week, after last Tuesday, quite frankly, Madam Manager, it didn't take me long to do your evaluation based on the form. I think you're doing an excellent job. I reflected it in my evaluation on the form that was provided, and I have all the confidence in the decisions that you make and the information that you bring forward, and I think you follow guidance when it comes to policy setting from the council and the elected bodies. So I think that you're doing a very good job, as I have stated, and that's what my evaluation reflected. So I know I included additional comments, which I just reiterated on the floor publicly. So thank you for going above and beyond. You're on call. We get emails. We get text on major issues, as well as some smaller ones that are also equally important. So thank you, Mr. Mayor. and-
Thank you,
and
Councilor.
Madam Manager.
Counselor.
Thank you. Councilor Cirillo?
Hi, yes. Once again, I'm the newbie. And I feel that the city manager has gone above and beyond. We do get the emails, the texts, messages, and anytime I've called her office or messaged her, she's gotten right back to me, and or called, messaged, what have you. And your responsiveness as far as the issues that come up is spot on. And my evaluation said, keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a phenomenal job. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Councilor Mercia.
So, Mr. Mayor, we're just allowed to talk about the evaluation,
Evaluation,
but
this
not the money portion of it?
Not at this point, just the evaluation.
Well, you know what my evaluation said. I think that you did a tremendous job. It's not easy, like, how do you learn for this? But you really didn't surprise me because I knew that you could do a great job, and you have. I think maybe going into executive session to hash out the cost is a different story altogether. I mean, I think people are worth more than they're paid here, and I know I'm not supposed to talk about money, but
I apologize, the city solicitor stated that you have the right to raise any issue on
Oh, I could-
finance.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why we're going into executive session, because what I have to say, I could say it no matter what. Personally, I think you're doing an outstanding job. There's no doubt about it. You're informative. What you know, we know. Communication to me is very important, and you do that. So I'm very grateful for you serving here because you do a tremendous job. However, I'm the one that puts my name on the ballot, not you. And I have to be accountable to the people that put me in this position. So although I'd like to give you an adjustment of a lot of money, I can't justify, although you're tremendous, but I have to do what I have to do to be accountable to the taxpayers. Having said that, we got before us a salary structure of different town managers in Worcester makes $252,000, Cambridge $314,000, and you make just $201,000. Let me just say this: this is not Cambridge, this is not Worcester, this is a poor Milltown city that homeless people are coming to because we have all kind of amenities for the poor and the homeless and this, that, and the other. But I'm telling you this, people are gonna get their tax bill, and we are raising their taxes. We gotta account for the school that's going forward, and that's gonna add some money. Not that you're not worth it, believe me, you're worth every dime and more. But I'm telling you about, let's go a little bit further and say, the selectmen, the city council in Cambridge, they make $75,500. Should I then say, I want that money too? I want $50,000 more because I think I'm just as good as them. But I'm sorry to say that I want to give you something. You will get something from me, but I can't justify $24,000 more. I have to go with what I feel in my heart. And that's not being insulting to you. You're worth every dime, Eileen, Madam Manager, no doubt about it. I just can't justify this when I put my name on a ballot. I have to be accountable. As I'm sure you are with the PLA and all this and that, you're accountable. I think we have different beliefs. I have police that are calling me that their contract hasn't been renewed in 2 years. I'm hearing this. So, I mean, I have to think of the whole picture too. So please don't be offended. I think you did an outstanding job. I'm very, very proud of you. I truly, truly am. But I just can't afford what people are thinking you should be getting.
Thank you for your
And I don't like
comments.
to compare to other, I don't like it. This is Lowell. This is not Cambridge. Let's not forget that. Thank you.
What I'd like to do is finish the evaluation process before the finance. Councilor Malinaza?
Thank you. Yes, I submitted my evaluation comments to Mary Callery, and I gave our city manager an excellent evaluation. I think the city is very fortunate to have Eileen as our city manager. If you look at her background from the standpoint of her being practicing attorney, and she was a member of the city council. She was mayor for 2 terms. She was a state senator for a number of years. And she works very well with not only the other elected officials across the city and across the Commonwealth, but she's also reaches across the aisle with the private sector. I know that she serves on the Lowell Plan Board and on the LDFC board, and they're very comfortable with her management style. And as some of my colleagues mentioned already, she provides us with information on a daily basis. 7 days a week, we're getting text messages from Eileen relative to incidences that have happened and so forth. And again, I know we're going to get into the salary discussion later on, but I'm comfortable with moving forward based upon the recommendation that I think we'll be discussing later this evening. And I just think that from the standpoint of, again, looking at other communities, I know that, as Councilor Mercy said, we're not Cambridge, but at the end of the day, we're dealing with an awful lot of problems here, and we're a budget of $365 to $375 million. And you're looking at a position that I've been here for a number of years, and we've turned it over, I think, 4 times. And I'm looking for the community for more longevity in that position. And I think that it's always difficult when you're dealing with situations like this. And you're absolutely right when you're talking about putting our names on the ballot. But my opinion is, you go anywhere in this community, and people are going to tell you that we're so lucky to have Eileen Donahue as our city manager. So, based upon my evaluation, I would be prepared to vote what's recommended. Thank you.
Councilor Conway, then Councilor Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, I'd like to echo some of the comments that have been made by my colleagues. First of all, I want to congratulate the city manager, Eileen Donahue. I think that she has done an excellent job, and my evaluation certainly backs that up. If you take a look at the progress in the city, it's incredible progress. So all the different projects that have taken place, I know a number of people have said to me, especially business people, have said to me that you're a very difficult, tough negotiator, but a fair negotiator, and I think that's extremely important for a leader in the city. I think also there are not a lot of people that can multitask in a very good way, and I think that you have that ability. Most people will take one project at a time, but somehow you're able to juggle all those at one time and make sense out of it and bring it all together and seeing where the pieces, how the pieces fit. So I certainly congratulate you on that. And as far as communication is concerned, it's one of the most important things that you can have. And your communication skills is excellent, which I think that somebody just mentioned as far as getting text messages. A lot of times what happens, we'll get calls from individuals and say, what happened here, what happened there, and you'd have no idea. But with you, I find in your team that we know right up front what's going on. So again, I applaud you for that. And I know on a personal side, when I put a motion on, you address it, you bring it to the appropriate departments, you address it, and come up with a good solution for that motion. So I again applaud you for the job that you have done, and I also will be supporting you in this pay raise. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I gave the city manager an excellent evaluation in every single category. I think that the city manager has worked very well with every person on the city council as well as with the state delegation, and has done an outstanding job. And that my evaluation reflects that. I think that going forward, there's a lot of projects going on that will take a lot of work, and I think that the city will benefit from having someone with the experience and knowledge that the city manager has. Regarding the compensation, we aren't the same as Cambridge. There is probably no city in the United States of America that's like Cambridge, not because it is next door to Boston, but because it has the 2 schools, and that makes it unique in the country. But we are comparable to Worcester. I think in many ways, Lowell is comparable to Worcester. Lowell has many of the same problems that Worcester has, and Worcester, by the way, has Plan E form of government. So maybe Worcester has a bigger population, it's probably a little larger geographically, but it is very comparable to the city. And I think that the city manager in the city should be making more money than the superintendent of schools. The superintendent of schools, the new superintendent of schools that was hired earlier this year, was given a contract with a substantial raise over the previous superintendent. And I think that it's just wrong to have the superintendent of schools to be making more money than the city manager. And for that reason, I'm very happy to support the increase that's been recommended. Had the superintendent of schools received a more modest increase, I'd probably be supporting that type of increase. But I do really think it's very important that the city manager make at least as much money as what the superintendent of schools is making. Thank you.
Council Leahy?
Sure, thank you. My evaluation was, it was easy to fill out. You're easy to work with, you're very accessible. The office is always open to us, and I find your energy and, you really seem like you love what you're doing. So we appreciate that, and as a counselor, it makes my job easy too. So I agree with what everybody here has said. You're doing an excellent job. We're lucky to have you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you, Council Leahy. I would have to add as mayor, what I've been very pleased with is she makes sure that all of you are aware of what is going on at the same time. There's no tell this group versus this group, but every city council is made fully aware of what the issues are. And one of the things that I've always wanted to see is I really feel it's the responsibility of the city council to establish a climate. And the city manager has helped us establish a very positive climate, especially in economic development, which we see now at the Hamilton Canal Innovation Center. We're soon to see on Tanner Street. And her ability to work with the state delegation has proven to be very fruitful for us. So with that, Madam Manager, I'm very pleased, and I too gave you all excellence, in your evaluation, because you certainly deserve it. A question to the city solicitor. At this point, we had a vote, or should we take a vote again to go into executive session to discuss negotiated salary?
Again, if it's the will of the council to go into executive session, you would have to revote because the prior vote didn't indicate whether or not you were coming back into open session. And we'd be coming back to open session from the executive session. Okay, so if it's the majority of the council that you would rather go into executive session and have a discussion and come back, you can do that, or you can obviously have the discussion, the remaining of the discussion in open session.
So I need a motion. Yes,
Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Elliott.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I spoke to your evaluation. I also just wanted to follow up that I do think that your work and your ethic in the last year, this is the first time we evaluated, warrants an increase. I haven't heard a recommendation come to the floor. I know there's been some discussion about it privately. But if the motion is to bring the salary up $24,000, I can't support that, Madam Manager. I understand the comparison, and to me, because a salary increase on the school side, which I think that salary was not was very high. This is the poor way to make policy, in my opinion, which is why I have advocated for the longest time that this position, like the clerk, like the auditor, should be part of an ordinance, and like every other position in the city. It just doesn't make sense. So we're not having these wide fluctuations based upon one governing body versus the other governing body. So I agree with Council Marcia. We're not Cambridge, we're not Worcester, we're Lowell. And I think we do a great job, and I think Lowell is above many of the other these communities. So I think it's about passion and commitment, and I think you have both of those, Madam Manager. So I really just wanted to make that clear. I don't really like this process, with all due respect, Mr. Mayor and other. It came up it wasn't even on business last week, and we had called a special meeting, and we just got some information, so it seems like we're being rushed. But if the votes are there, then let's not go into executive session, because I don't want someone to file a complaint that we're violating the open meeting law. It wasn't posted, nobody knows about what we're doing, so I just want to let that know. But it seems, as I listen here, to members saying they're going to support whatever is going to be proposed, then we should just, move forward, because I can't support that. I'm willing to give you a raise, Madam Manager, but I think we have to be reasonable and fair, like we have been with all of the other employees throughout the entire city.
I understand what you're saying. The most important aspect, though, is to get the evaluation in for this year with this particular city council. Councilor Mercy, then Councilor King.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, if we're going to be discussing this, I want to go a little bit further. If you want to go into executive session, I'd rather discuss what I have to say here, but I'm going to say this. The superintendent of schools makes $225,000. My personal belief is that a city manager who governs the whole city, not just a certain portion of a department, and the school department superintendent is like a department, it's a department. I think that a city manager should be the highest paid person in the city other than the police chief, because that's very important as well. But I'm not a school committee person, and I didn't support that, and I have no right to vote on that, so I didn't. So I'm not responsible for that. I'm responsible for this side, for this, and I believe that you should be making more than anybody else. But be that as it may, I can't change that. And I know that, I think Councilor Elliott is right. The city manager's portion of the contract should be equal to an evaluation, and if the evaluation is supported by 9 people, then you should go to the next step or the next percentage. If we gave you a 2% or a 3% or a 1%, that's what the evaluation should equal, what our evaluation, the raise should equal the evaluation. But I don't know that it's like that. But you are getting a 1% increase, are you not, Madam Manager?
That's correct.
So you're getting a 1% increase anyway, not according to, not in conjunction with a good evaluation, right?
So the contract provides for COLA and then evaluation, similar to employees if they're looking to go to a next step on a grid.
Right, so that would equal how much, what percentage, 1%?
1%.
Which would equal how much money? $2,000, $2,000, okay, fine.
$10 maybe or something.
Well,
2,000.
whatever, we're talking, you're getting a raise anyway, regardless of whatever we say, not in conjunction with a good evaluation. So right there, you're gonna get that amount of money. I'm willing to give you a raise or a bonus, call it whatever you want, to some degree of thousands, but not 24,000. I can't do that. So maybe you have the votes for it, but please understand, I can't support that magnitude of money. That's my opinion, and
Councilor Kennedy, then Councilor Malazzo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It might be prudent to take a vote based on the proposed increase. And if the vote fails, then go into executive session.
Right.
But maybe there's no need to go into executive
Right.
session if there's a majority in favor of the raise. I think that's what Councilor Elliott and Councilor Mercier are getting at. I think that, Councilor Mercier brings up some good ideas, but those are ideas for the next city council if they want to negotiate a different agreement with the city manager. But that's not something that we're gonna do tonight. So So with that, I would just, is there a motion on the?
No motion. There's no motion.
I'd be happy to put that motion on the floor to adjust the salary to the $225,000.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call?
Second by Cirillo.
Yes.
Just salary, 225,000. Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
No.
Counsel Mercia.
No.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Noon. Mayor Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Cirillo.
Yes.
Counsel Conway.
Yes.
Counsel Elliott.
No.
5 yeas.
Any further discussion?
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn?
Second.
By, thank you.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.